Well, we have a beautiful Saturday going on, and Michelle and I are taking a day of rest after a very hectic week. Currently, we have no transportation. Not that we couldn't have transportation. We have several means of getting around, but unfortunately, with the river as low as it is, we can't launch the big boat. It would almost be going straight down into the water. The mud motor is so heavy that I have no way of getting it from where it is back to the boat. Plus, we're going to have to turn the little boat around, pull it into the bank, and use a come-along to lift that engine off, get it up on the bank and up on a rack so I can take it apart and look at it. All kinds of ways to travel, yet none of them feasible at the moment. Michelle anxiously wanting to get started on the cabin, and just to let you know, this is her entire project. I will help her with the heavy stuff and if she gets in a bind, but for the most part, the cabin will be her build. She has the plans, everything all laid out, and we gathered all the materials together that she's going to need to do this project. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think that she can probably have it dried in about 2 weeks. We'll see how that goes. It's pretty simple. It's 12 by 16 with a loft, and I'm sure the loft is what I'm going to have to help her with. She pretty much wants to learn the carpentry side of building, and then I'll instruct her as to getting the solar installed and the plumbing, so with her sink and everything. So we'll see how that goes. Well, I'm going to update you if I can do it with the winds the way they are. Wanted to let everybody know that I do have a Johnson 30 horsepower two-stroke. It is a long shaft, and in these waters, a long shaft engine can kind of be a problem at times. But it's about 200 feet from the boat. I've still got to get down, turn the boat around, pull it up, rig up some hoist system, and get the Nissan off of the boat, get it onto my little work rack, and not even bother dropping the lower unit, because I might not, I don't know what I'm going to do right now. But other than that, I need to get the Johnson outboard down there, have it ready to go to put on the boat, and then we'll turn it back around, push it in the water, and find out if it's going to work. Well, it started out as a very blue-skied Monday. But as you can see, the clouds have now finally started moving in, and we're supposed to get rain tonight and tomorrow. And with all the rain that is happening upriver, it looks like the water level here should be rising, and it's not. Everything but rising. We normally walk down, we look over to the sandbar there, and that's how we can gauge just how deep the water is out here. Once that sandbar is covered in water, we know that we have a normal river level. Well, I'm going to continue working on the canopy and getting the pipes replaced. Try to get that functional in some way. And then I'm going to engineer a way of moving the stern of this boat over all the way to the edge of the bank here, just in case the river comes up. My one idea is to remove this Yamaha and replace it with a Johnson 30 horse two-stroke engine, which is much lighter than the Yamaha there, and removing all of this, taking the windshield off and making this boat much lighter and easier to get into the water. Oh, so you're not going to crow now, huh? No, you get a camera on you. Boy, you shut up. Well, I pretty much spent my day working on propane. There was no regulator on this tank, so I ordered a regulator from Coleman, and it was no good. So I did have this pre-assembled unit here with the regulator and the line, and finally got it hooked up. It's leak-free and now working. Well, we had a beautiful Tuesday going on about 5 o'clock this morning, and then the clouds started rolling in, even though the forecast had been for clear skies today. So we'll see. Maybe things will improve as the day goes along. Right now, trying to get things prepped so that Michelle can get started on some foundation work for the cabin. Once that's done, the cabin we're in now becomes my shop, and I'll be able to get all of my tools, everything, supplies and whatnot, under a roof and not under a tarp. So I need to turn the four-wheeler around, get it back to the cabin, load up the chop saw and the table saw, and get them down here to where she can get started. And in spite of the rain that's been around, and especially upriver from us, the river level is dropping, not coming up. A little bit disappointing. Now the task today is to get this engine 200 feet down the bank there to the boat, or at least in the vicinity of the boat, to where maybe I can get it mounted and get it operational. Well, it had some folks suggest putting a trolling motor on the boat and keeping it on there. Have a really good one here. Unfortunately, it worked fine up until this year, and now all of a sudden it won't do anything. Well, finally hooked to a battery. We have nothing. Alrighty then, so I'm not exactly sure where to start looking first, because I see no way of getting into this thing. Well, it's supposed to be raining right now, and we got up. It was heavy clouds, very damp feeling, and then it sprinkled a little bit, and that was it. The clouds parted, the sun came out, and it's turning into a beautiful outdoor work day. And believe me, we have the projects going today. I'm bringing down blocking for the cabin. Michelle wants to get started on that. She's finishing up a wild edibles video right now for her channel, and she'll be finished with that. Then she'll start on the foundation blocks for the tiny cabin. And I want to go ahead and answer some questions right now before they're asked. This spot where the cabin is going is tundra. It is not dirt. It's not sand. It's not gravel. It is tundra. And about 18 inches down from the surface here is what is known as permafrost. Ground that is permanently frozen. And believe me, you dig down to it and it starts to thaw, and you have a soupy mess. So where we're located, we have to build on the surface. There's no digging down, filling in with gravel, etc., like you would expect. Because if we did that, the permafrost would start to melt, the gravel would sink into the permafrost, and the foundation would be pretty much worthless. So with a little research, Michelle is going to try something new, and she'll be showing you all about it when she gets started on it. And this is new. In the past, we could go all summer and not even have anything more than a light breeze. But the winds have been non-stop now for months. Thank goodness it doesn't reach hurricane force, but still, there's a constant wind. Well, I've been out loading the trailer with items that are going down to the front for Michelle to use to get started on the foundation of the cabin. Well, thanks everybody for watching. The weather today is not very cooperative. I go inside, the rain stops. I come outside, it starts sprinkling, and then all of a sudden it starts raining. So I wind up going back inside so the rain will stop. If you would like this video, share it, leave us a comment, and above all, subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time right here on Alaska Bush Living.